Hey there. 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 Hope you guys are doing well. This is gonna be another classic. Another classic. We've got some new items. Some things have happened. No new camera yet. We're getting there. We're building up to it. But I got a new desk, and so my setup is a little different now because I had to rearrange some furniture in my room. So the setup is a little different. I'm a little bit further away from the camera. I feel like, I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to tell right now, but I feel like when I'm editing, I'll be able to tell. I definitely feel like I'm further away than normal. But, yeah, same microphone, same everything else. It should be pretty much the same, but the visual ASMR will be a little bit different, I guess. I'm a little bit further away now. I have to I'm at a full extension of my arm, and I'm basically touching the camera. The camera. Is that too fast? Is that too fast? Is that just too crazy? Is that tingly? I don't know. I can just. We got these things. They kind of look like little guns. But they're just little they came in the packaging with the desk in the corners. There were 4 of them, but the other 2, I didn't need 4. And the other 2 were kind of broken. So I kept these 2 because I thought maybe they would make good sounds. They're made of a hard foam. It's not it's a very dense foam. I don't know it's kind of like EVA foam. I don't know if you know what EVA foam is. A lot of cosplayers use EVA foam to make costumes. EVA foam is also used in that that puzzle piece flooring that you see in some shops, machine shops and stuff. It's just a padded floor for a concrete floor, in a garage or something. I don't know that it is that material, but it seems kind of similar to that material. Honestly, it seems a little denser than EVA foam. Because I've used EVA foam before to make things, and I don't know, it just feels a little denser, so I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it is foam, and I thought maybe it might make some good sounds. Ooh, maybe that's not a good idea. It squeaks. It squeaks when you rub them together. I think that's a bad sound, but rubbing your hands on them makes fine sounds, I think. And then you can also tap on them. I don't know how unique of a tapping sound that is, but it's a tapping sound. It's kind of it's a deeper tapping sound, because it's a pretty solid piece of foam. Like I was saying, it's pretty dense, so it makes pretty dense sounds. But does that rub off? It doesn't look like it does. And I can put it on the microphone. Does doing this do anything different? What if we took this off? And then there's a few hairs from the cover. Hold on one second. We just gotta... Okay, cool. Alright, so what if we do this? I don't know, that might be loud. I'm not 100% sure. But it does sound kind of cool to me from here, but it's probably going to sound very different to you guys because it's going to be right in your ear. Honestly, it's probably not going to have a lot of directionality because whenever I do the triggers that are on the microphone with the Blue Yeti, because they're all in the same housing, you don't get the directionality as much, unfortunately. mean, I'll listen to it when I edit the video, but you should still let me know because I value your input. I'm really trying to find the spots where you get that like sound, because it doesn't do it everywhere. In some places the mesh is too like tightly woven, and it doesn't create like a something like that. Like it's just not. You need them to be more spaced apart. You also have to like do it at the exact right angle. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Hopefully this is not super loud to the point where I have to edit this out of the video, because that would be lame. I mean, it seems like, because I'm looking at the waveform, it seems loud. But sometimes loud triggers aren't always bad. And like there's a difference, I don't know, it's weird. When things appear on the waveform, sometimes two things that appear similar on the waveform are not actually like perceived as equal in volume. Sometimes, depending on just like, I guess the frequency, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what it is, but yeah, sometimes like when I'm editing, I'll see this huge spike on the waveform, and then I listen to it and it's like, that's really not that loud. I can leave that in. So yeah, it's just kind of random. So I'm not sure what dictates what's actually loud. I don't know how the waveform is like presented, like what the waveform actually represents, I'm not sure. I've kind of thought about that before too. It's like there has to be more than just the waveform, right? When like recording audio and, like visualizing audio, how does the waveform, depict it all? Because like sound is more than just intensity. It's also like frequency, and the waveform would only seem to suggest that all that matters is intensity. But like I can make two equally intense sounds that sound very different. It's like, I don't know, there must be more going on behind the scenes than what like Audacity shows you, or like any waveform for that matter. But it is interesting. It also kind of gets into the whole like, how do speakers like you're watching this right now and you're playing it through headphones or your phone or your speakers or whatever, right? And you're listening to me. You can hear my voice as pretty much exactly as it's being recorded. You can discern the words that I'm saying, but the speaker itself doesn't have like a mouth. It doesn't have vocal cords, I don't know. Isn't that just kind of weird? Maybe I'm just fucking crazy. I don't know. But it's like, it's interesting to me how like speakers can recreate like human sounds, like voices. But it's just like, it's just air. I mean, I guess that's all your voice is it just air moving through your vocal cords. But I don't know. It's just weird. Is it weird? I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. But I've thought about that before. It's like, it's kind of interesting how that works. I'm gonna put the filter back on because you never know. I don't want to like blow into the mic and have it blow out. This is gonna be loud, so I'm just gonna do it fast. There we go. But yeah, I've always found that interesting. It's like the speaker is perfectly recreating the sound of your voice, but it's like not, I don't know. I'm doing a bad job at explaining it, but maybe some of you know what I'm talking about. I don't know. It's one of those things where like there's a lot of things in technology, right, that are like mind-boggling. Like, how does it work? How did they even create this, right? And speakers are not one of those things. It's like a lot of people just take speakers for granted, right? Because like it's something that's been around for a very, very long time. But I think that kind of adds to the mystique where it's like something that, it's something you don't even really think about, right? It's just like, oh, it's just a speaker, it just makes sound. It's like, oh yeah, it's easy to describe it in that way. But like if you were to actually like try to, explain how it works exactly, it's like, well, shit. How does it actually make sound? Like, how does it recreate your voice perfectly? It's like, I feel like it's one of those things where on the surface it just seems really normal and simple, but then like the more you actually think about it, the more you realize like, damn, that's like magic. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm just weird. But that is something I've thought about before. I mean, technology in general is just something we take heavily for granted. It's pretty insane. Like, I was watching a video the other day about like how like USB cables work. Like just your standard USB cable that like has been around for I don't even know how long at this point. Probably like 30 years, maybe even longer. It's like, okay, it's just a USB cable, it's just like whatever. And then this video goes into like crazy depth and it's like, oh wow, this stuff is actually just magic. It's just weird. It's just weird. It's the simple things. It really is. Because like when you look at a new technology and it's just like mind-boggling how like insane it is. It's like, okay, whatever, like I'll never understand that. And I probably never will need to understand it. So it's like, it doesn't matter, But it's the simple things that like we use every day that like once you really start to peel it back and like try to understand it and just how complex it really is, that's when it's like, oh shit. It's like this realization hits you where it's like even the most simple things are like way more complex than we realize. It's pretty crazy. We're pretty fortunate to live in a world where insanely smart people can make really cool shit for us. I was going through, because I was moving everything on my desk. This has been behind my monitor for a while. I didn't even realize it. This was in the background of some of my first videos, is the wooden man. I think I made some sounds with him, actually. But he's back. Like I said, I was moving all the stuff because I was moving my desk. And I found him, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's the wooden man. Look, he's wooden. He's gonna give you a hug, okay? I want you to give the wooden man a big hug. Alright, here we go. He's hugging you. Wow, you guys are a great pair. You guys are a great pair. But there's the wooden man. He's got springs in his limbs, so he makes kind of interesting sounds, but I can tap on him. I'm getting the flashing icon, so I am running out of space here. I forgot to delete the last video, so that's the thing, right? If you're wondering why I'm always running out of space but always able to record a new video, is because I have to delete the old video in order to record a new one. And the amount of time between when I delete the old video and start recording the new video is actually very important because, at least with iPhones, I don't know if this works with, or is the case with every single like storage device, but on iPhones, when you delete something, it doesn't just immediately free up that space. There's like a temporary like point in time where it like kind of remembers that it's there, and so it doesn't really want you to like record shit, but it's not actually there. So there's like nothing else for you to delete, right? Because like, yeah, I'm running out of space. There's a lot of space taken up by like system, where it's like, I've had this phone for like 8 years, so it's gone through a lot of updates, and each like update like sequentially adds more. So it's like, I think you can get around that by like rebooting your phone and like going through iTunes, and it's like, that's just way too much work. That's just way too much work. But yeah, that's how I do it. Oh, well, there it goes. There's the video. So, depending on how quickly I tried to film after I just deleted the last video can impact how long I can actually record. And so sometimes I forget to delete the old video before I start recording the new one. And so I have less space. This was one of those times where I just had to delete the video like pretty quickly before filming this video. That was only like 14 minutes or so. And probably even less for you guys, probably like 13 minutes. Let's see if I can do the classic trick. I'm gonna sneeze, hold on. I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, it's good, we're back. I can actually use that as the clacker, so there we go. But with the man, we were talking about the man. Look at the man, 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 look at the man. Look at him T-pose. He's T-posing. He's flexing on you. The power of Christ. It's like a crucifix. If you've ever wanted to draw Jesus, here you go. Is that insensitive? If you're Christian, did you just get offended by that joke? Drawing practice, because that's what this is, right? It's a you like pose it so that you get like an idea of like the proportions of a person so you can draw them. It's not really a great version of that. There's a lot of different versions of this type of thing where it's like a little mannequin that you can pose. The reason this one's not super great is because it doesn't have as much flexibility as a real human body. So like the furthest his arm can bend is like actually a little less than 90 degrees. It's like 89 degrees maybe, I don't know. But like obviously you can like put your arm like way more than that. So he can't do every pose. So it's not the greatest artist assistant, but that is what it's for. So that was the joke. The joke was that he looks like Jesus when he was crucified. So if you really need to get an idea of, what that would look like, there you go. This has been the Joke Explaining Corner. Is that even an insensitive joke? I don't know. I feel like a lot of people make fun of like the whole crucifixion and everything, right? I feel like there are way worse jokes people have made about other things. I don't know. I just don't really have a ton of respect for religions. Sorry. Again, if that's going to lose me subscribers, it is what it is, It's just something I don't really care too much about. So, I'll make jokes about it if I want to. Although this guy is kind of like coming apart, it looks like. Look at this. Oh, we just hit the microphone kind of hard. Sorry about that. I don't know if you can see that. The screw is like coming out. He's even been screwed like Jesus was on the cross. Technically he was nailed to the cross, but similar thing. Okay, I'll stop. That was good. I mean, that was good. Anyway, that's the wooden man. I don't know. I kind of tapped on him when the screen was black. I can tap on him some more. He's just made of wood. He makes wooden tapping sounds. It's kind of hard to tap on him because he's kind of an awkward shape. I could scratch him. He's got kind of like a hollow sound. Not the highest quality wood, right? It's a little bit of a cheap wood, so it has that like, I don't really know how to describe it. It's like that like high frequency, like you can hear the cheapness. I feel like, where it's just like, I don't know how to describe it. Do you know what I mean? Are you still watching? Are you? Are you still watching? I was watching a video Well, I was on YouTube Studio, um, which is where you see all like your stats for your YouTube account, in case you were not aware. Um, and it tells you when you've been mentioned in other comments on other videos and stuff. And now, normally, I'm not getting mentioned in other videos, but I checked it, and there was one comment from about a month ago of someone that had mentioned me. I was like, oh, interesting. So I checked it out, and it's this channel that like ranks ASMR YouTubers against each other, I guess. It's just like the top tapper of the month or whatever. It's like, it's kind of like a highlights channel, but for ASMR, which was kind of interesting. I was featured. I was number 10 out of 20, so right in the middle of the pack. So, I guess I'm pretty good, you know what I I have no idea how it was even determined. I think it's just entirely arbitrary. It showed like stats on the side when it like with each of the creators where it was like a fucking like baseball card where it's like your hitting percentage, it was like your sound quality, your like tingle quality. It's like it was really interesting. A little strange, admittedly, but it was interesting. Um, but yeah, I was 10 out of 20. I beat like GB and like some other pretty big ASM artists, which is why I'm like, I don't know how like accurate this is. I don't know what the like criteria were or even how it was determined. I don't know if there was like some voting period or something. I'm not sure. But I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. So that was interesting. Um, yeah, I'm running out of things for this video. We're gonna. He's really leaning in. He's really trying to make you feel uncomfortable. Hello there. If someone does this to you, you are in some deep shit. If someone, hello, hello. Is this even tingly anymore? I don't know. I feel like I'm the worst ASMR artist sometimes. I just have fun with it though. Sometimes you make a video and you're like, okay, that's gonna be really tingly. And then sometimes you make a video and it's like, it's a video. I feel like this is one of those videos. But hopefully you guys like those just as much as the other ones. Anyway, we're getting the flashing icon again, so we are running out of space. But it's been good. Thanks for sharing this time with me. I appreciate it. I guess I'll catch you later. Bye. I just realized I haven't thrown up the peace sign in a while. I used to do that with every video. Peace. Catch you later.